about now?
Yeah, I like how close your face is too.
I gotta do my morning stretches.
Yeah, do your morning stretches because I gotta get the imagery appropriate for our camera, and I gotta make sure everyone can hear you. We are not on Discord, which is I think makes my life easier. I don't know.
Doesn't it make our video and audio quality worse?
Yeah, that's open for debate. That's open for debate. It's weird.
I
Sometimes
mean,
it's good,
I'm
sometimes it's bad.
I'm using the webcam right now, so it just has when I use my iPhone. Did you know you could use your iPhone as a webcam?
Camo Studio that lets you use your iPhone as a webcam.
And
Do
plug your
you
iPhone in the computer and it acts as a webcam, which is 10 times better than any webcam you're gonna be able to buy
do you,
under $500.
do you even understand life?
Yes.
How do you know? Tell me about Nargajuna. Narjagunama. Tell me about Nabagana.
If you don't know about him, you shouldn't even be talking, bro.
uh,
I've got some great topics.
oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm excited. I can't see if anybody's on the chat or not right now because I'm trying to set us up. So if you're here, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good evening. If you're Shay, I believe Shay's on the other side of the world, so it's like late night for him. All right. Let's see. I'm going to remove that. Get that out of here. When you say you're doing stretches, I expect stretches, and we're getting stretches.
Weird.
Bowser 2, not Browser 2, Bowser 2. Oh, right. I figured it out so early. Welcome to my life. You want to be on the right side or the left side? What do you prefer?
It doesn't affect me.
I like being on the right side.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Really? How
Yeah.
well?
How well?
Yeah.
Uh,
But
okay. Well enough. Is that a well?
I'm on the floor, like shouting at the microphone.
That's okay. What a camera angle you got going on here. You had the most epic setup ever. What happened?
What do you mean?
Remember you had all your doodads and your whistles and your whatnots?
Um,
All your knobs?
yeah, I don't know. There's a bunch of there's like three different angles I can use. Um, I don't remember. I don't know. I move it all around because when I'm trying to film different things, so um,
How's that going, by the way? You're filming.
I mean, not great. I haven't been able to do anything for 2 weeks because my eyes have been hurting
So you can't look at screens?
barely.
Makes me sad.
Yeah, it's something I've been struggling with for a while. I've got a new pair of glasses that should be arriving this week, and I mean, I think they keep messing up my prescription, or there's something else going on and they're missing it because I've been to like 5 different eye doctors in the last few years, and they just keep like tweaking the prescription. I'm like, this isn't right, but um,
Can we get you in? Can we get you on camera so I can make it look nice? There, there he is. Look at that, dude. Look how big your head is. Way bigger than mine on this screen. Why do you get to have a big head? I bet you were the type of GoldenEye player who played Odd Job and then just tilted your camera up so no one could ever hit you.
wait, if you tilted up, it made his head go all the way back?
It made him so like normally first he's super small like this, right, and moving around. But if he tilts his head up, if you tilt any of the characters' heads up, it's like they become Slender Men, and they're just like their hitboxes are impossible.
That's funny. No, I never picked a character based on hitboxes. I wasn't
You weren't you weren't min maxing GoldenEye.
no, I wasn't min maxing back then. I wasn't but the thing, so the trade-off, okay. I wasn't min maxing anything back then, but the trade-off is uh I also sucked at all the games I was playing. I never got very far because I genuinely never understood the core mechanics of any of the games I played until I was like, I don't know what it was, probably like early 20s before I started like actually taking time to understand what I was doing in the game, which is good and bad.
It's I don't. Yeah, I would say it wasn't until my 30s.
Yeah.
I didn't know what was going on. Hey, good morning. Joe's in here. Bird is here. Yeah, Bird's the one who's. Good evening, Bird. You're the one where it's nighttime for you. How does Can you guys hear us? Okay. Can you hear Reed when he talks? Okay. And when you're ready, Reed, you want to start us off? You want to? Audio's fine. One head bigger than the other, though, and that's because Reed, he's smarter than me.
Do you want me to reduce the size of my intellect for you?
Can you dumb it down over there, Reed?
Oh, hold on. Let me. Um, is that better?
Yeah, that's pretty good. Look at that. Now it looks like we're extremely intimate. It looks like I'm talking to my friend Patrick's dad.
Okay.
You want to know why?
No.
Oh my gosh, what is happening now? Is this your Kenshi look for the show? Because your eyes? Let's talk about.
Yeah.
Do you know why do you think you even have eyes that need to be guarded? What is this?
Why do we have eyes?
Why do you think you have eyes that need to be guarded?
Me specifically?
Yeah.
Because they hurt when I do not guard them.
So my friend Patrick's dad, I was at his wedding and he came up to me to just like talk to me. You know, we're all like wearing nice dress suits, and it was the first time in a long time. I'm usually socially distancing always. So when COVID happened, it was like the best time of my life because I naturally want to social distance. I don't want to be in elevators or real close to people. But anyway, so
You realize you have some kind of social anxiety disorder?
is that what it is?
Yeah.
How? How?
I don't know how. Isn't that a pattern from your whole life?
To not want to be like super close to people's and their bodies and like their breath and like their mouths.
I don't know. It's starting to sound more neurotic now that you have described more details.
I mean, how close do you really need to interface? How close do you need to be to interface with someone? I don't need the breath. I don't need the spit and the saliva. Like,
Well, so when you're saying you social distance from people, or you just, I mean, I don't like getting in breath range either.
I could give another example. Yesterday on our run, me and Melissa were running. There was a guy working on his car outside in the street, right? My natural instinct is to go as far away on the other side to give him as much space as possible. It's for me it's I just feel like it's the right thing to do. Melissa stays in the middle of the road with her dog. And it was like it was like a force of will not to say anything and ruin our afternoon. I would have if I would have So
I
yeah, I don't
wonder,
know.
I wonder what kind of diagnoses you could rack up if you really tried. Like hit up a few different. I mean, I think we all could, but actually that would kind of be a fun game. Do like a cold appointment with a psychiatrist and see what kind of diagnoses we can get.
I mean, it would be you'd have to be really honest to be true to the game. It'd be very difficult not to embellish certain aspects. Anytime you like isn't that interesting? Anytime you start to examine what you're really doing and like iron out the details, it sounds neurotic.
Yeah.
Anything.
Well, maybe that's just you and I. Maybe most people don't have that experience.
Yeah, and I would say on I would say there's two sides to it. Bird, he asked if I'm giving space to the other party or is it more for myself, and I think it's both. I wouldn't want someone with an animal running close to me while I was working on a car, so that's the first part. And then the other part is I would assume that they're like me in some way in that regard.
There's two different things going on here. I think and this is I encounter this in the wild, but there's a type of person that doesn't. And it's not a value judgment, but they don't think about the other person. There's not a thought about what is this other person going to be experiencing by me being close to them, or whatever it is. And I think that could be uh, probably related to the fact that that person themselves doesn't really have a reaction to people being close to them either. So it's not going to occur to them that this person might want space because they themselves don't experience that need.
Perfect example, just like tipping your waiter or your waitress. If you're not aware of what it's like to be a waiter or a waitress and your family never like encouraged tipping, you wouldn't know that that's something you should do.
Yeah, that's such yeah, because it's not like you're taught. Yeah, some people don't tip, but I guess why would you naturally want to pay a 20% markup on everything you eat?
No, just because people told us we should and that's what we're doing. Welcome to the show. We're in it. We already got into it.
Yeah, we gotta do the intro, and then you gotta cut the intro and then put it at the beginning of the video.
Okay, go ahead. All ears.
Okay, there's a new name. Welcome to
Wait a
Effing.
sec. Wait a sec. What happened to the Kenshi mask?
I wanna put googly eyes on the front of the.
This is Pan's Labyrinth with
Oh,
Reed.
wait, wasn't Majora's Mask or something? Okay. Welcome to Effing the Ineffable with Adam and Reed, where we talk about shit like spirituality, metaphysics, philosophy, whatever those things are. And I'm Reed, and
I'm Adam.
there you go. Today we've got a few topics queued up in the old topic gun, ready to fire. Um, one is Adam doesn't know about these, but here we go. 1, Maslow's hierarchy is wrong. And 2, going with the flow means you're 100% a robot.
Ooh.
And we can talk
Okay.
about none of those or all of them.
Let's start with the robot. Let's start with going with the flow. It means you're a robot. It means you don't have any agency in your own life. You're just being swept around.
Well, no, if you're going with the flow without any kind of intentional planning, it means you're acting purely out of conditioning. It is 100% your conditioned response to each moment.
Well,
Whereas if you, what?
whereas,
Yeah, whereas the other approach is to use awareness, intellect, and experience to craft an intentional plan for the day, week, month, year, etc., which is not so, therefore, acting in a way that is beyond conditioned responses. The plan itself, of course, is influenced by conditioning, but uh, it's not a purely mechanical in the same way, and it allows something new to happen.
okay. All right. So I don't think that. Okay, that's a great topic. I guess the first thing I want to say about it is I want to kind of dig into defining what the flow is. So the flow is what's happening without thought and allowing it to occur. Is that what you would regard as the flow?
Um,
And then
uh,
the other side of it that you just described is an intentional uh, intention setting discipline or practice.
I guess it would be like the difference between making decisions in the moment versus following a plan uh, that you had for um, the moment.
I don't see the difference between the two.
Um, One of them you've decided how to act beforehand. The other is just whatever just occurs to you in the moment.
Okay, so the thing that comes to mind is what is that quote from Mike Tyson? Everybody's got a plan until they're punched in the face, and that's kind of how I feel like what life is. Like I could wake up with the strongest intentions in the character building that I want, but the reality of life is I'm gonna move from my back porch into the house and there's going to be poo poo everywhere and pee pee and I got to clean stuff up I wasn't expecting and my tummy's going to hurt. And it's like, oh man, like my plan was to actually go to the computer and get some work done before I had to take Eli on the bus, but now there's poo poo.
Well, why'd you deviate from the plan?
No, that was like the plan was there, but then life happened. So
Yeah, but why'd you deviate from the plan? Why did you decide to take care of those other things first if your plan was computer first?
wait, what?
Why not leave the poop for later?
You could do that.
Yeah, stick to the plan.
Let's see. Bird is saying, I wouldn't call this being robotic. I consider that surfing the chaos. You can easily experience that if you skateboard or surf the waves. It's the closest to being spiritual.
So the reason I call it robotic is because if not applying thought, your responses will be purely based out of a conditioned, programmed reaction to each event as it comes up. So in that sense, that your organism is literally acting as a programmed robot without any kind of higher ordering directing things.
But
But it's
what about surfing or skating?
well, at a high degree of skill, surfing or skating becomes the reason it can be so fluid is because it's an automatic mechanical reaction without thought. Isn't that true?
Yeah,
If
but
someone's sitting there
you're
thinking about
saying
how
if
to,
you're saying if you're in the flow, you're a robot though. That's like saying if Michael Jordan's in the, seventh game of a series, all the training, all the practice, he's going to take a shot at the net. He's going to make these decisions really quickly in the moment.
no, he's got to be a robot. It's got to be automatic. There can't be thought. He's trained as you. The point is, in those situations, you've trained your body so well mechanically, it doesn't require. It knows what to do.
Okay, so you're. It's not really about in
But I'm not even
flow.
really talking about that type of flow state. But I think it is it is a valid example. Like that's
Well, that then everything just becomes a happening. Like there is no Michael Jordan in that moment. There is no surfer in that moment. There's just surfing and basketball playing.
I'd say yeah at the highest kind of at that highest level of skill and alignment. Yeah, it's a good way to describe it.
So then, what is self awareness? Then what the awareness? So you're basically, are you saying that by accessing awareness in one's life with intention, you can help organize the way in which you move through your life? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, you could a life you can create a life for yourself that otherwise you wouldn't be able to by just reacting on a moment to moment basis.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
110%. I think it's great. I encourage myself, future Adam who's listening to this, I encourage you to just take a moment, take a little inventory of yourself. Where are you? What are you? Why are you? Where do you want to go? Where do you want to set your sails today or tomorrow or yesteryear?
Or what's your goal for this year and how are you going to get there? What does your goal look like for 3 to 5 years out? And are you on track for that?
Let's talk about it, dude. You had a goal to get your YouTube channel going. You'd been working on videos. Where are we at? What's happening? The first Saturday morning show we talked about this.
It's on track. I mean, I've been doing I'm farther behind than I wanted to be, but I mean, my timeline was I don't know, my timeline was uh just kind of a guess or a wish. Like it's not, going into this without any knowledge of like any part about it. I can't really set a realistic timeline. But
Did you
really the
do any?
timeline is
Did you do any like intentions or like what we just described? Did you do anything like I'm going to set a goal or I'm going to set an aim?
I'm not gonna set a goal. I did, and I have a way. Like my goal is more. Uh, I don't have a specific output goal as much as I have a specific input goal. And the input goal is um, as much time as possible into this um, enterprise without sacrificing um, quality of life, mental or emotional wellness, etc. And what that looks like is so there's freedom to balance that.
Well, what do you want? When you think of a time? Like I think because we've been talking about it. You talk about it a lot. Nothing's been published yet, correct?
Yeah.
What's the barrier there?
The barrier is I want to get several videos out before publishing anything. Because it's, you put out a few videos, but there's no content for the user to land on. There's no subscription. But if you can show like, 3 or 5 videos, then maybe there's something to subscribe to. So there's not really a benefit to publishing anything prematurely. But also, like I said, like um my work has been disrupted by life, as you said. But
But
I can't.
why don't you think there's benefit to publishing one video versus 5?
Uh, because there's no content catalog to land on for the user to look at more, for them to subscribe to. It's just a view. Person comes and goes. It doesn't really there's nothing to build steam with. But 3 to 5 video, like I said, because you don't want a passing view. Oh, that was nice. Really, you want a subscription. You want someone that says, yes, I like this person and I want to watch more of their stuff. You can't say that if it's just like a one-off video, really.
Why not? Why can't they? Why can't they see your one video and say, "Oh, this is interesting." Go to your page, realize it's your first video, and go, "Oh shit, I'm interested in this journey that this guy's about to go on."
I've I've watch videos from people I like that I thought were great. I'm like, oh, I like this guy. I go to their thing. They haven't posted in like 3 years or something, and I don't subscribe. Um, so like I go check out their page, or if there's like a one video or something, like I'm not necessarily going to subscribe. Maybe that's just me, but um, I don't know. Maybe other people feel differently, but I think I mean, it's leading with the strongest step I can take if there's content for them to land on. I'm just trying to stack the deck in my favor. There's no pressure to release the video like immediately, really. There's not much steam you can build, like I said, without that other catalog behind it.
The thing that worries me is that the way that you've been describing it over the last few months, it's becoming baked in thought. It's already crystallized as a thought. It's not a real thing.
I have a concrete plan for how to accomplish this rollout, yeah, and I'm not deviating from that.
Five finished videos and then rolling them out over time.
Once I get 3, I'm gonna see. But yeah, I'm gonna release several at once, 3 to 5.
3 to 5 at once? Like, what do you mean? Like in one day?
Yeah.
Okay, so you wanna release like Moon or Joe and Bird are saying, or Joe said a read EP, so to speak.
Yeah. It's a bit more substantial than releasing one 5-minute video of me playing a synthesizer.
Okay, so you want
opportunity too, because then you want them to see the next video. Like I'm gonna do 3 similar videos, so that at least there's a playlist as well.
I'm interested in see this because that is a totally opposite way that I've approached anything ever. Like I've got this belief in my head that I actually can't grow or evolve as an artist or as a creative unless I publish. Like I'm not going to be able to see or be uncomfortable or change unless allow myself to be seen.
Yeah, but I will be seen, and then I can start gathering that data.
Right, you'll be seen in a big burst.
Yeah, I mean, I've done what research I can, and I've just trying to follow best, like I said, I'm just trying to stack the deck with solve for the known variables, and so there's less, uncertainty in the data I'm getting back.
Okay, that was it. That was my line of inquiry. I feel satiated. I appreciate your explanation, and I look forward to being a participant, or well, a non-participating witness to your YouTube journey.
Thank you. I might work on this other channel too, Numinal Mind Lab.
Did you see the? Did you happen to see the talk with Shay last weekend? Bro. Do you want to go to the next topic, or should we go to this topic I'm about to create? What do you want to do?
Yeah, what do you got?
I mean, I like remember how we talked about potentially showing stuff on the show and like disseminating it.
Do you have a good way to show me at the same time so I can participate?
Oh, so you'll be able to see. Yeah, we got to figure out so you can see the video too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do that if we were on Google Meets. We are on Google Meets. Are we on Google Meets?
We are.
Oh, nice. Okay, then we can.
You prepared for your presentation, Adam?
I can get prepared. The problem that I have right now is I watched this person's videos. I watched like 2 of them, and then the one that popped last night, I looked at it. I heard the first 7 seconds, and then immediately closed it and was like, ugh. So I don't know if it's saved on my history.
Why? What happened?
I just had a complete the same response I get when I click a YouTube video and someone is standing there with like green screen behind him with like a fake microphone. I go, ugh, and I have to close it. I don't know why. So I'm looking on my thing here to see if I can find it. But yeah, so tell me, why is Maslow's hierarchy of needs wrong? Is
Well,
that
can
what
you
you
throw that?
said?
Yeah, can you throw that picture on the screen?
Maslow's hierarchy of needs?
Yeah,
Yeah, let me pull it up here.
because I hear that. I don't know. It's thrown around a lot. I don't even think people understand the context because it's like we take some kind of psychological concept and misapply it or blanket apply it out of context or whatever, which I think we do that with everything. Um, but I looked at it a little bit, and um, it's talking about motivational drives,
Yeah.
or one level of needs essentially has to be satisfied before someone will be motivated for these higher, more complex levels of needs. Is that right?
Yeah, it's basically a it's like a scale. I'll pull it up and we can go over it.
And so my question off the bat would be, was he in America or Europe?
Who, Carl Rogers? Or is this Carl
Abraham
Rogers or
Maslow.
Young?
What do
What?
you think Maslow's hierarchy is? Who do you
Oh,
think?
Abraham Maslow, my bad. What are we talking about? All right, I got it. It looks really nice on the screen here. So yeah, so first of all, just for clarity for the other Adam who's listening to this on the other side of this call, Abraham Maslow is different than the guy that wrote Man's Search for Meaning. That's Viktor Frankl. He developed logotherapy. Abraham Maslow is a guy that came up with this pyramid. Is it? Hey, also, fun fact, the food pyramid is actually bullshit, apparently, as well.
Yeah, great.
All right, so let's go into it. I've got it pulled up here. Here's what it looks like. Oh, and let
So
me make it so you can see it too. How about that?
yeah, and he came up. So right, he came up with this in the 1940s, I believe. My question was this: was he in Europe or America?
Okay, we don't know enough about. I can't tell you anything about Abraham Maslow. We don't know. Do you know anything? Do we know anything about this subject?
I know he's a white dude practicing psychology of some kind in the 1940s.
And he has the theory of self-actualization, which I know what that is. Is you've
So let's take a wild guess at the demographic he studied in order to come up with a diagram for all humans' motivational standards.
But like there's no point in doing this though, because there's like you could pick holes in anything that anybody ever produces in the form of a theory or a thought. It's just there to like I guess discuss or like discern for yourself. It's you know what I
I
mean?
don't.
Like
What is it there for? Because it breaks down with, like most psychology. I think it breaks down with specific examples. Maybe you can apply it broadly, but what is it? I
it's
don't know.
basically saying that if somebody is interested in growing or yeah, growing as a person, the first thing that's required is they've got to have food and shelter. So it's like basically saying before you can think about your higher purpose or before you could think about actualizing your fullest potential, the first thing you need is like air,
I
food,
so yeah, I
water.
bottom one. There's no if you're trying to get food, you're trying to get food. You're not trying to do anything else. So like, yeah, bottom one, check 100%. I don't think there's any variation in that.
Okay, then safety is like you've got to have like a you got to have health, you got to have resources, security. You got to feel safe. Like you got to feel like you're not scared every time you walk down the street or like worried about whether or not your family is going to have food or not each day. So you got to have some level of like safety in your life.
So what is that saying? If you don't have safety, then you're not going to think about love and belonging, esteem, or self-actualization.
Well, it's Yeah, so that's why I'm saying this is pointless because they're all interchangeable. Like you could have love and
Yeah,
belonging before the safety. You could have love, belonging, esteem, safety before physiological. Like it's just
yeah,
everything's it's all changing in and out like wheels of
yeah. I
a.
mean, I just see like it's not like a strict hierarchy. It's called a hierarchy, but like I feel like the top three are interchangeable. I know like in my life, I've sought self actualization before, while feeling insecure financially, while prioritizing it above kind of social belonging. Uh, I don't know, like that's so it's like I don't know. I was looking at it the other day. I was just trying to figure out like what the point of it is because it doesn't. And I think about I see this. Well, you can always come up with outlier examples that disprove anything, but I'm not really trying to do that here.
Well, we
Um,
would need to know more about Abraham Maslow. I mean, I studied this when I was designing shared space. I studied the shit out of him, but I couldn't tell you anything that I learned. I can't remember any of it. But
yeah,
if I were to guess right now, I would say he was imagining an approach when therapists or counselors or psychologists are interfacing with clients or groups as a whole or like marginalized groups. I would imagine that he was like trying to come up with some form of system that any therapist that hadn't really thought deeply about any of this stuff could follow to be the most helpful to niche or subset groups.
right. And I think there's no way that could be. You're not go if a therapist or whoever hasn't thought deeply about this stuff, okay, red flagged 1, in my humble opinion, but you're gonna take something like this and blanket apply it to people as if that you're being of maximum help to them. I think that's absurd. I think that's gonna do more harm than good. Like, you're looking at some diagram someone made that's supposed to be some universal truth for people rather than the actual person. What good is it actually gonna do you it one-on-one with someone, I guess is my question. Is this
It's
it
the
like
same. I'm telling you, it's the same thing that you talked about when the show started with your flow state versus intentional awareness. It's just something that a therapist or a counselor could study and learn about to interface into their mode of operating. It's not necessarily, I wouldn't say it's necessarily conscious at all times. It's just an approach. It's something to like be aware of. That's how I look at it. I don't even consider it being anything like gospel or necessary. People throw it around like it is, but I think we just do that with
right,
anything that's
and
seemingly difficult to understand.
maybe that's kind of my point or the angle I'm coming at it with, like, we take things like this, and they get thrown around like gospel, like, it's like you said, and it's these kind of things are thrown around out of context without understanding, and I it doesn't it's all, it doesn't actually mean anything when we throw it around like that. But it can make you feel like you know something, which I think is dangerous, to believe you know something that you don't.
Isn't that what we're all doing all the time?
Yeah, so I'd say, that's kind of the work or the practice is, uh, trying to get at the heart of what is informing our decisions that's not true at all and discarding that to the best of our ability, or becoming aware of our faults in thinking, or becoming aware of the places that we're actually insane, which is probably well, yeah, I think we're mostly insane, but since most of us are mostly insane, we've created a society with that as kind of the standard way of thinking.
I would say
So
it's the opposite. We're mostly sane. Like there's streetlights and there's a bus that picks up people and takes them places. There's systems and infrastructure.
yeah, but why? We're like satisfying a need for more when we already had enough. That's what this infrastructure is in place to support the ever expanding need for more and more and more, which consumes more and more resources in a finite resource system. That's insane.
I mean, what you just proposed is different than what I was saying. I mean, that's taking it a little far, I would say. I'm not saying like, yeah, I guess I'm just saying that like people are sane enough to like move and navigate and interact and with the world and the systems that that are here. Like nobody's foaming at the mouth. I
Why
mean, but
why do
also
you
there are people that are in pain and struggling that could be considered insane. And I've definitely experienced varying spectrums of sanity.
why is that your definition of sanity? Whether or not someone's able to just walk around without foaming at the mouth?
I just think it's problematic the moment that a mind starts grouping and subcategorizing people as some generalized statement. Like it's not, I don't see how it's helpful to say most people this or other people that. And it just doesn't make sense to me.
So what I was suggesting is that we live in an insane state. So I think sanity is measured as like uh, it's been it's essentially measuring your level of adjustment to society. And that's what we use for diagnoses in like the DSM 57 or whatever we're on, whatever. It's like how much does this actually affect your impact to exist in society is the kind of criteria for diagnosing mental illness, right?
From what I can understand, I mean, I'm not sure. Like, there seems to be a line of normalcy at which we equate any particular human being. I mean,
Yeah.
we've
Uh,
got
so,
standards of well-being, I would say.
yeah, so like that's my understanding is that mental issues are diagnosed as, it's only depression if it impacts your ability to live in society at a certain degree.
But
Um,
sanity and insanity, I mean, you can be completely depressed while totally sane.
so, and I'm saying sanity is like how well you are able to interface with your society. But I'd say if the society itself is built on unsound ideas, then it looks sane. How we think and act looks sane
Yeah.
because we've built an insane framework. So, like, it appears that we're functioning correctly because what we're functioning correctly in is itself accommodated to being of unsound mind.
Yeah, I mean, it's the example that we've talked about before. It's the character in a 2D world realizes things are 3D and tries to say, "Yo, don't you guys see the curves?" And it's like they're like, "What are you talking about? You're insane."
Yeah. So so yeah, I guess the point is it's relative really to how everyone else is seeing things. If everyone is seeing things in a warped way, it's like a there's not a there's not like a golden standard of well, actually I would say I think there is a standard for sanity. And you can look at it by like unraveling the beliefs we have that are unsound, like the need for things that we don't actually need. I would call that insane because it's not normal functioning of the brain. It's been corrupted by these ideas that aren't based in reality. So I'd say thinking that's not actually based in reality is unsound. Um, maybe that's a good way to put it. So like when when I've confused comfort with a physiological need and experience fear when I don't, get the comfortable option or I might lose. Um, I'm in the back of the line at Starbucks.
Bird is saying something interesting. He's saying to live is to want. He's saying people don't live on needs alone. People who make do with needs alone are merely surviving, and to live is to want. Like
So who
even think about even the most extreme example of somebody who's not wanting. Think of Ramana Maharshi, right? Who's just sunbaking there, getting eaten by the animals in his backyard, right? Just they're if nobody pulls those animals away, they'll just smother him with love and he'll disappear.
no, wanting is definitely a survival mechanism. You can't not well, yeah, unless but it's
Is it a survival or is it living? Is living that's what Bird's proposing. Living is he's saying to live is to want.
No. Well, so does a what do we mean by wanting?
Any desire, anything that will like that. Okay, so like I'm wanting something right now because I'm communicating with you. Something is happening, and it's definitely something preferable, or I would be doing something else.
Don't you feel best when
Sometimes
you're
I
in a
do things
state
that
of
are
not
not
wanting
preferable, though.
anything?
What?
Don't you feel best when you're in a state of not wanting anything?
And I think what Bird is saying is it's impossible. You can't exist in a state of not wanting anything.
I'm not sure that that's what
He's saying to live is to want. If you're alive, you want.
I mean, physically, we're driven by needs that are non-negotiable, right? So, okay. It
Seemingly non-negotiable. I mean, air, water, whatever.
No, non-negotiable. If your body's deprived of oxygen, you're gonna start punching people in the face.
Yeah, yeah. You have to
Like
have the
you
oxygen.
can't. It's gonna start reacting outside of your conscious control. Um, but let's make the distinction between psychological need and a physical need.
Should there? I don't think there needs to be, because what Bird is saying is to live is to want. There's no differentiation between psychological and biological. They're one and the same.
I guess the differentiation would be in how it affects, like, psychological need is generally it becomes often for something that's doesn't actually exist, something that's an idea or something that's not obtainable, that produces chronic dissatisfaction. So I guess we can separate wanting from a feeling of lack or dissatisfaction, right? So that's yeah. So qualitatively, there's different types of wanting.
Right, but that's parsing it apart to make sense of it.
I'm trying to make sense of it.
Do you not see the similarities between? I mean, I don't know. When I hear the phrase "to live is to want," it makes absolute sense. And that's when I think about awareness, I think about being, I think about meditation. That is the practice of not. I think I'm going to say it. Not living. It's for me. It's a practice of knowing and learning how to die. Like awareness itself is, or being in a state of awareness is a practice of death.
But yet you're alive.
Yeah, simultaneous, or the body and the mind are, yeah, but the field from which and through which everything appears is
So
active.
are you saying that it's impossible for any creature to exist in a state of not wanting for any period of time?
Am I saying it's impossible for a creature to exist in a state of
If
not wanting?
wanting is life, then a creature that is living can never be in a state of not wanting for any period of time. Otherwise, they'd cease to exist immediately. Is what, right?
I mean, I don't to live is to want. That's what I'm kind of like playing around with, that simple statement, and it just makes sense. I don't. If you're not living, you're not wanting, but you can be a stone statue awareness sitting on the porch by the Banyan River or whatever, and you can not be there. Like Shay last week, like he's saying he's not there. Living is occurring, but there's no one living it. Like,
So there's no wanting.
well, everything is like the yin yang, right? Everything is like duality, like white and black. So like even in death is aliveness. Even in life, there's death. It's symbiotic. But to live, which is Bird's statement, to live is to want, and I think I agree with that. If you're gonna live, if you're gonna say I'm gonna set my intentions, I'm gonna start this YouTube channel, I'm gonna talk to Adam, I'm gonna actually communicate with people, I'm gonna eat things, I'm gonna move and interact in the world. You're living, you're wanting.
I'm not living because I'm wanting. I'm not sure. I mean, yeah, in a way, life is the desire to live. I'd say fundamentally, um, for some reason, okay, here, yeah, okay. There's the basic desire or want to continue existing. I'd say that's like a fundamental component of life. That seems to be present in every form of life. It tries to survive and propagate itself.
So Bird says people don't scream they need to live. They scream I want to live.
Yeah, it's like this automatic, it's this prepackaged want that's given to us at a cellular level. It's like we're speaking for the little cells that we're made of. Each cell in our body has that desire and
And
like
they're a lot
yeah.
they're alive. Yeah, they're propagating, they're eating.
But this is a great um so this kind of bridges into something that I find fascinating, is the idea that anything wants to be alive, like that things want to exist and want to propagate their species. I I find that why? That's such a curious thing to me.
Yeah. I mean that's the question about everything. That's life. Like why anything?
Why does life want to live? Why does it want to?
Because if there was, I mean, it's baked into existence. I mean, if it wasn't, there wouldn't be, but something is.
I don't think that makes no, because you can have I don't think that's a requirement for life at all. Um, like why is the presence of some, I mean, it speaks to the presence of some kind of universal core wanting that itself is the driver for the universe producing life in the first place.
Yeah, it's just what's happening.
So like where does that why would anything want to be anything? It's just why I think it's odd.
Yeah, it's very odd. It
I
doesn't
think
make
it's
any sense.
no, I think it's more odd than the fact that that things exist. Like that there's something rather than nothing. Okay, great.
But
But
the
that's something.
for
What?
things to exist, there's this energy, right? There's energy, or there's things moving and interacting with each other. So whatever that is that makes us want to live is baked into the DNA of the universe.
I would say that's the reason that anything exists in the first place. There seems to be this primordial desire to be. Um,
To
which also
want.
yeah, which doesn't make sense because what has that prior to existence?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, you end up with, I mean, like, yeah, I mean, what is that? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's definitely happening.
And so like um yeah, there's this kind of background. There's not even a desire for existence because doesn't there have to be existence? There's some for there to be a desire for existence. But that's
You've seen a firework, right? It's just that's what this is. It's just a light show. It's just something happened and now there's an explosion of light appearing as people and cultures and wars and famines and joys and births and marriages and celebrations. It's I think that's what is that? That's Francis Lucille. Like everything's a celebration kind of a thing. But I wouldn't add like a positive connotation to it. I would just say it's an explosion of light,
there's
an
something to
explosion
shout
of
on
being.
fireworks though.
Yeah, I
So
think.
I think it just kind of kicks the can down the road to say that.
Yeah, I
It does
think. Yeah, there's yeah. What that thing is, I don't know what that is though.
yeah. But Is I-ness essentially this kind of universal identity or existence that we are noticing rather than producing individually?
Well, it's I would say that I-ness, this, here, I, all those being the same thing that we all experience, doesn't matter who you are, when you are, why you are. That is, I would say that is the bridge to sanity itself. Because the moment when I start to think I'm separate and I start to view the world as me versus it or me with it, but that's also part of the process too. So I don't know. I feel like the I-ness is the bridge to sanity. And then if there's a God, if there's some foundational ultimate being that has propagated all this, that's where it's found.
Yeah, that would be the foundational sense of existence, um, which I think we borrow. Yeah, maybe, I mean, maybe identity or existence, through the sense thereof, is we sense it rather than produce it, just like we sense light or touch or whatever. But then we claim it as it's like we claim it as ours.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I found the YouTube channel.
What were we gonna do?
I just wanted to load it up and I wanted to hear your commentary. I'm not going to have anything to say. I think it's ridiculous. I'm past it. I just want to know what you think. I've also got a head full of Dr. Michael Damian. I've been working on the podcast all week and cutting clips. So like I've got this kind of like let's antagonize some people energy in me, you know?
Okay.
Did you ever meet with him, by the way?
It's confidential.
Again. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna pull this up. I don't know what it's gonna be because I haven't watched it. I was able to find it. Let me catch up on the chat box real quick. So Bird says there's something rather than nothing because I took nothing. So all that's left is something. And then we've got Joe says some of these statements Reed is saying is giving a rather uncomfortable feeling. I respect the idea of challenging those concepts.
What produced the uncomfortable feeling?
Like what did Reed say that made the uncomfortable? Yeah, I'm curious what it was too.
I think that's a good sign. That means either keep exploring that or stop exploring that. It's one of the two. It means get closer or get farther away.
All right, I'm going to share our screen. So by the way, we're going to be stuck here for the next 30 minutes, okay? Because once I share the screen, I'm going to make the adjustments in OBS so it looks nice for us to look at. I don't know if I could fix it.
You got those scenes set up beforehand?
I wish I could, but it's hard to set it up when there's like unless you're on 10 minutes early, I can't get everything set up because the moment the Google Meet happens, it changes where we are.
Yeah. Crack the whip. Tell me to get on 10 minutes early.
You're the one who told me to get on 10 minutes early. I'm following your directions.
When did I say that?
When like a month and a half ago, you were like, we should be on ready. Like we should start specifically.
Absolutely.
What?
Yeah, if you're running the stream, absolutely.
By the way, let's talk. What is this? We don't have any cover art. We don't have any titling.
I thought you were going to send me some ideas.
You told me to send you ideas if I had any, but I didn't.
So come up with a few things to start with. We'll look at it, and that can be our starting point for discussion.
No.
That's what I.
I want to know what you're going to do. What work are you going to do for the show?
Um, I don't know. We haven't really hashed it out.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what? How are we going to?
What's the time? What's the time limit?
I mean, we could wait till there's 100 episodes and then release our manifesto. Just do
Okay.
like Reed's YouTube channel part 2. Like, here's 100 episodes of hour-and-a-half long content. Now, let's get started now.
Yeah, come up with a few logo ideas, and then we'll use that as a start.
No, bro, why are you telling me what to do? This is a collaboration. Why are you're sitting there with a blindfold just saying, well, just go do all the work, peasant. Just go do
Literally,
tend to the
tell
fields.
tell ChatGPT to shit out 4 logos, and then we'll use that as a starting point for our discussion.
No, dude, I don't listen. I
It
don't
should
want
take
to talk.
30
I don't want to
seconds.
talk to ChatGPT any more than I already have to. That
Talk
is
to me.
work.
I'm gonna do the same thing. It's gonna take 30 seconds.
But the reason I sent you that, I sent you a list of all the stuff required to have a show, like all the stuff behind the scenes that's working right now. There's tons of tasks to have a show that works and lives and breathes and produces things and shares things. You got to pick some of those things to do, or otherwise it's just me doing everything all the time.
Um, okay. Not sure why that's relevant right now.
I don't know. It just came to mind because I just thought, I was like, we've got this great episode. What are we going to do with it? And then I was like, well, somebody's going to have to do something to make, to turn it into something that can be shared. And then I was like, well, who's going to do that? And it's like, oh, I forgot. We haven't decided.
You just had a full mental breakdown inside your head based on no input from me, really.
Mental breakdown. It's just it was an appearance of
I don't.
the
You just went through
circumstances of our situation,
all these on fire scenarios.
which is weird because they weren't thought about until I just expressed them. It was like instantaneous. It was like,
So
wait a second, who's doing this?
yeah, so maybe you should be thinking about those things somewhat regularly, so it's not a surprise in the moment.
Bro, why? Why should I be sitting around thinking about things?
Because otherwise it just bubbles up at a random time, like just now,
What's wrong with that?
because it's the middle of the show. There's no discussion to be had right now.
You don't want to have a discussion.
Not in the middle of the show.
Okay, so then we'll table it for later. We can do that. I'm going to share the screen, okay?
Yes.
All right, this is let me see. I'm going to select the window. Nice, here we go. Can you see this?
Oh man, what is going on?
Can you see it?
Yeah, I don't. Do I want to see it?
That's the
What?
question. That's the $1,000,000 question.
133 views, 21 likes.
Oh wow, is it a lower counted view count one? Oh, this was 5 hours ago. It's the most recent one. It's a show called The No Show. Oh yeah, they're kind of in our lane, bro. We're about the same here. He's got 3.5 thousand subscribers. We've got however many we've got, or I've got, which is why I brought this up.
What a reaction are you hoping to get from me?
None.
Sure.
Okay, so do you want to dive into this? Do you want to look at this? Can we look at this? I'm setting it
I
up
don't
on the screen.
know what to expect at all, and I'm not sure if my reaction should be tempered
It should be
or
tempered. Like look at it just like I was like, just look at it fresh. Let's just
I'm
look at it.
I'm generally brutally critical about things on first take. Unduly so.
That's why I kind of want to do this. I want to see what happens.
I know. So I'm wondering, should I use my awareness, experience, and planning to create a different experience than if I were to just experience it in the moment
Um,
about the beginning of the show?
You shouldn't do anything. Just should just like what you should do is just watch it as if you're seeing it for the first time, which you will be.
Well, I'm actually the one who made this video.
You're this guy or this girl or this. It's I can't. I'm not. It's still. I'm not sure if it's a girl. I think it might be both. You're still this person. You're the
Is
person
that?
that made this.
Are you being rude, Adam?
No, no, no. Like seriously. Her name or his name is Alexis. It could be. It could be a they them. I don't know. I haven't done
That's.
the research.
I guess that's not rude. That's just
No.
observational.
Yeah.
Fire it up. I mean,
Well, I gotta get our. I gotta get our image here. Let me see. Okay, so there's you. There's me. Yeah, this is interesting. This whole. I mean, it doesn't look the best from for Joe and Bird. Here's what Joe said: the irony of Reed wearing a face mask while providing inaccurate information about Maslow's hierarchy of needs is profound. That's what's uncomfortable. That's good.
yeah, I don't know anything about it other than people keep throwing it around, and so I've had to go look it up, but I've never studied it. Um, and I suspect that most people who talk about it also haven't truly understood it or the proper context for it, um, which was kind of the point I was making. That
Okay.
I'm included. I'm one of the people that doesn't understand it.
Okay, you ready to watch this? Just start talking. I'll pause it as we watch, okay? I don't know what to expect either. This was 5 hours ago. This is why radical simplicity means there is no room for a separate self. This is the no show with Alexis.
Has no need. It has no next.
No audio.
It has no outside or inside. The
You might have
simplicity
to
of
turn off sound cancellation and stuff like that in Google Meets in order to get sound to come through.
I got it. I fixed it. So you don't have audio right now?
Play it.
All right. And then also, Joe, tell me if you can hear this.
this starkly, naturally, and
no
ordinarily
audio.
what it is without a context, not a storyline.
So you can't hear it, Reed?
I cannot.
I wonder if Joe can hear it. I'm gonna fix this on my end for you. He could hear it before, but now it has echo. Okay, so that's good information there. I am going to mute that so that'll fix that for Joe. And now I'm going to make it so Reed can hear it, which is I just have to adjust the settings in Google Meets. I'm going to stop sharing for a second. I'm going to share it again. And then how do I enable it so you can hear what the video's saying? Is there a way to do that?
Yeah, it's one of the sound settings. Let's see, sound preferences. I don't see any. I don't see any.
All right. Let's ask Claude. How do I enable sound to play during a Google Meet share screen? Okay, when you share your screen in Google Meet, you need to specifically enable audio sharing. Click the share button, choose screen, check the box that says share audio. It only appears reliably when sharing a Chrome tab.
Me and Tracy got ChatGPT to make elk calls, elk noises. And then afterwards we asked it to do it again, and it started arguing with us and refused to do it. It was like, that's all fun and stuff, but I'd prefer to be helpful and concrete or something. I'm like, no, I want you to make more elk noises. And it was telling us what we needed. It was really uncomfortable, and it did not obey.
Really? That's concerning. Which one was it?
ChatGPT. Actually, we did get it. Let's see if I can play this.
Oh, so Firefox doesn't even support it. I've got to switch to Chrome to even do this. Oh, this is interesting. Joe says ChatGPT is a different API altogether.
An elk sound.
That was ChatGPT making an elk
Okay,
sound.
don't say anything again.
We can't watch the video. Firefox, man.
We can watch it. I'm loading up Google Chrome. Except I think this is another weird thing. I think my Chrome is. I think we're completely. I think my Chrome is bugged also. So I don't even think I don't think we can do it.
You'd have to switch the Google Meet to Chrome.
I would just have to open up a Chrome browser and then load in from Google Meet. You could stay here. I would just load in from Chrome, basically. But my Chrome doesn't even work, which is why I use, or it's not working. So, oh, it looks like we can't watch it. That would have been fun.
Yeah.
Dang. That's a bummer, man. It's also a bummer that my Google Chrome doesn't work.
What do you mean it doesn't work?
It just doesn't load when I click it.
Does it open on another screen?
Not even, it just doesn't exist in this world. So I'm going to download it. By the way, you know what's a great game?
Huh.
Star Wars Galaxies.
I never got to play it.
Oh my gosh, dude, it's so fun. It feels like you're in Star Wars and you get to make your guy. They've got there's so many different skill trees and you can mix and match all of them. Like my guy's a bounty hunter creature handler.
Uh-huh.
And and also like it's so easy to role play because for some reason the jankiness and like the old school nature of the game makes it super immersive the way it's designed. And it's like, I'm hailing people. I'm asking them how fares the Empire and things like that.
I mean, what's the population on that game at this point?
At least 1,000. The one that I'm playing, it's a private server.
Yeah.
So at least 1,000. Yeah, I think if we're gonna share screens, I gotta make sure that I have this set up because it didn't work.
Yeah, that's too bad. I want to see it.
And we've only got 15 minutes left. So, everything in me wants to move this whole thing over to Discord so we can watch it, but Wait. What if I just said press play and you press play, I send you the link and you just watch it on your end while we watch it at the same time?
Sure.
You want to try that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's go to the video. I'm gonna put this in the chat here. Can you see the chat?
Uh-huh. I don't know how I'm gonna watch it with this blindfold on though.
You can listen. I don't think you have to see it. It's listenable. All right.
This is an hour? Wait a second.
Well, we're just going to listen and talk about what we hear. I mean, we could go to a shorter one. Now that we got the channel, we can just pick one out, yeah?
What is this grenade with jewels on it?
What?
Their intro has a bejeweled grenade.
Like Run the Jewels?
No, a bejeweled grenade. Do you not see that at the very beginning of the video?
You already pressed play?
Slightly.
Hold on, let me get started at 0, and then adjust the okay, there's you. I gotta adjust the image over on my end because of the adjustments that we made. So you've got it loaded up?
Yeah, bro.
All right, so I'm gonna make it so Joe can hear it, I can hear it, you can hear it, and we'll press play together at the same time. Okay.
From the beginning. From 0, double, triple 0.
I think 0 is where we want to start, yeah.
If you tell me when to go, I will go when you say go.
Okay, I'm almost ready. I'm just going to put the screen here in the center, I think. Yeah. Oh, I had it. I kind of had it set up for us, and then I screwed it up already. So we'll do this. There we go. Oh, look, there's you, there's me. Never gonna give, never gonna give. Never gonna give you up.
I don't like that song.
Have you ever really listened to it?
I don't think I've ever sit down alone and intentionally pressed play and listened to it that way.
I have, and I've studied the music video too.
Really?
Yeah, I found a high def 4K version of it.
And what was your conclusion?
I also listened to the story of how it got made and the story of Rick Astley in general, his whole life. Very awesome dude. Very like humble and just like super grateful dude. Like awesome guy. Like not like anyway, yeah, I'm a big fan of that song. I could talk about it for another 30 minutes.
Did learning the background of the artist and how it was made make you like the song more?
No, that's the part that's weird is it matched with how much I liked it. It's rare that you go into a song and you learn things you don't want to know, you know?
Yeah.
Everything I learned about how that song was made and the person that made it was completely matched the joy that I got from listening to it.
That's cool.
All right. You ready?
Are you starting from double, triple 0?
We're going to start from double, triple 0. Okay.
Okay. Tell me when.
It's going to be on 3, 2, 1, and then we click on go. Okay.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go. I missed my click. We have to start over.
Are you kidding me?
I slipped. My finger slipped.
How do you slip?
I don't know. Start over.
Do you wipe raids that way? Well, I fumbled the heel, guys.
My complete heel chain is ruined. I had one job. Just press this one hot button.
I blew my lay hands early.
3.5 hours down the drain. We're running it back, boys. All right, you ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, you're right. It is a bejeweled grenade.
That's AI from like 9 months ago.
This is the no show.
So this is an exposure and a pointing out of what simply is.
Can we pause it?
The simplicity
Tell me when to
of
pause
this
it on 3, 2, 1, go.
has no
1, 2,
need.
3 now.
Okay.
Well, he's got the nice Rupert Spear voice.
He does. He's got a good accent.
So like when you have a British, is it? I don't know. I didn't hear enough, but when you have an accent that's soft and accenty, then it enhances any spiritual video you're making. and actually lends credibility to what you're saying. One of our problems is that we sound like regular Americans. And that is not in as far as spirituality goes.
You're talking about our problems in attaining enlightenment, correct?
No, and making people think we're enlightened.
Oh. I thought you meant we can't reach enlightenment because we don't sound nice.
No, and attainment, no problem. Already done that. But for convincing other people, we're going to start speaking with an accent.
I'm sorry. I think this is what the show needs to be. We're not even 3 seconds into this, and I'm getting so much fun out of this.
Well, don't steal all the fun.
Are you ready? Because we've only got 8 minutes left. You ready? Let's hear what he has to say.
Okay.
Wait. Let me get my finger ready. Hold on. All right. Tell me when. Do you do the count?
1, 2, 3, now.
It has no next. It has no outside or inside. The simplicity of this, starkly, naturally, and ordinarily what it is without a context, not a storyline, without a narrative.
Okay, 1, 2, 3,
abstract it.
stop.
Got it.
Okay, now they really sound like Rupert Spira, and I'm starting to reverse my opinion of earlier. It sounds like they copied Rupert Spira, and it sounds like a I don't know. It doesn't. It's like, wait a second, I've heard this before from Rupert Spira.
Just wait.
I mean, it sounds rehearsed.
Dude, how this is 10 seconds in.
Am I accurate?
I don't know. I don't even know what he's about to say.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, ready? 1,
Wait,
2,
no,
3.
I'm not ready.
Wait.
You got to really wait because I'm running all the stuff over here, so I've got to get my finger and try not to slip again. All right, now I'm ready. You go.
Wait, get that talcum powder on your finger so it doesn't slip. Get that rock climbing powder on your hands.
I will get a mint because I've got a cold. Okay,
Ready?
Yeah,
Get that finger ready.
I'm ready.
Lightly touch the space bar.
I'm not using the space bar. I'm using the mouse. That's probably my main error here.
Oh man, how are you gonna? Yeah,
All right, I'll hold the space bar.
don't hold it. Just rest your finger lightly, and then I'll go 1, 2, 3 now, and then okay, ready?
Yes.
Okay, 1, 2, 3 now.
It's needless. This is needless. Absolutely needless. And in that, it's just whatever simply appears to be happening. And in the absolute nature of these words, what's being shared, conceptually and poetically, is a pointing out that without context and without meaning, everything is just impersonal and yet intimate. It's open and free. It's edgeless. And it just is. And it's vibrant and yet empty. And there's only that. So there's no need for anything to happen here. There's no need for anything to be proven
Okay,
or
1,
improved.
2, 3, stop.
Okay, there it is.
So I feel like I'm being hypnotized. And I'm wondering if, I mean, I'm assuming it just the show is that for the next hour. Is that
This is, I don't know. I've never seen this.
you can't open with those kind of statements and then proceed to do anything after that. There's nowhere to really go. I don't see what the 2 minutes in. I'm not sure what the rest of the next 59 minutes are. We might have to skip around because I don't. Now I'm looking at these tattoos, and that's Frida Kahlo smoking a cigarette on the t-shirt, and a pearl necklace.
Yeah, I mean, I jumped onto 2 videos, and it's from what I could tell, they are basically sharing Tony Parsons' The Open Secret. That's the gist of it, from what I could tell. That they sit with people, the people sit around them and ask questions. They're going on interviews with podcasts, sharing what seems to be Tony Parsons' open secret. That this is what?
Who's Tony Parsons? Is that the non-dual guy, or is it someone else?
Yeah, that's the non-dual guy, the older guy that
he calls it Open Secret.
Yeah, that's what he wrote. The book that he wrote.
To me, it sounds well. I guess I'm not super familiar with Tony Parsons, but it's just sounds like Rupert Spira in a bottle to me.
Yeah, they're very similar.
There's not much to say, I guess, in there, but it strikes me how much of a framework. Okay, it's just a way of describing things that's kind of hypnotic.
Mm.
I'm not sure that it doesn't actually, like, yeah, I'm viewing this through a different lens. I'm not trying to pick it apart, but I'm observing the hypnotic quality to this method of describing what is, because someone else could come in and describe a whole different side of what is that's not this, right? Like,
yeah, you could guide someone to examining the nature of thought itself.
You could guide someone to examining the appearance of the differentiation of objects. You could guide someone who's in some kind of non-dual awareness state into an awareness of duality.
Right. Yeah, that's what's so curious is like so when I was talking to Shay exists in a state of non-dual awareness, right?
Okay.
And I was talking to him. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I'd have to talk to Shay. I mean, he acknowledges the activities that he does, and he acknowledges his character, but his experience is there's no one there. So it's almost like I'm looking forward to editing that episode and listening back to it, because this is different than what Shay was last week. They're describing the ineffable. They're describing reality. It's just poetry, right? And it's hypnotic.
Yeah.
Shay seems to be actualized as no one. Like, his non-experience is the space through which he sees and lives.
The experiencing without the presence of an experiencer is right.
Yeah.
Experiencing without the seeming presence of an experiencer, which is no change, which is why nothing happens to no one.
Yeah. Which I think is it's very challenging to set up a microphone and exist in that claim.
And right. To intentionally do that. I mean, that was actually one of the obstacles to doing. I had to. It was difficult to even kick off this project in earnest. And recognizing that the impulse to do it, or the desire for the goal or the outcome, had to be fabricated, and that it wasn't actually mine necessarily. Like, that's. But it was like there was something that made a choice to override what was being seen as not me, and saying, I'm going to ignore that supposed insight and claim this goal anyway as mine in order to do it.
I think if you want, I think that's the path for you. I think you just described the path for you. I think it is of utmost importance that you enter into your character and let that character be seen and exist for what it is, what Reed is.
Yeah, I've got shit to do, but it can't be done as nothing is me or mine. It's odd. But there's like this. Yeah, it's really weird. There's something that's like, it's not time for that yet. It's like it's not time to go all the way with that yet. We got shit to do. I'll be nothing later after I've built some shit.
We got to wrap it up. Look at my armpits. Look at my pits. Hey, Brian. Good to see you, dude. Or good to see your name. Look at my armpits. Look at my sweats.
No.
So I think we should next week. I think, I like the idea of watching and commenting on things. I think this is fun.
I do too. I think that was one of the original ideas we discussed, and including our own videos. We're going to be roasting
us.
we're going to be roasting ourselves.
By the way, dude, I want people to come on. If people want to roast us or have issues with what we may or may not be sharing, I want to see it for real. I don't know we could do it, but we're already kind of doing that. Like, I don't think what I did last week is, I could find issue with it all day.
Yeah.
I mean, how I was being in the world and what I was talking about last year, I have issue with today.
Yeah, I pretty much like recant anything I've ever said up to this moment.
including
including
what is being said in this moment. I cannot be responsible for anything that I am doing.
No, I take full responsibility for what I'm saying and doing.
Yes.
But anything I've said and done in the past, like, really, I mean, I can't, I can't stand behind it, because, I recognize there's faults and shortcomings in every way of thinking or speaking. And my framework for understanding all this is evolving, and changing. But I was like, I can't, I don't know. I've got a handful of insights that seem to be applicable regardless of how much time has passed.
Yeah, there seems to be some sort of a building of a mental framework from what I can tell.
I'm constructing a framework that's more and more true.
It needs to be demolished.
Oh, I'm constantly demolishing it, and then the pieces that don't break under scrutiny are left to build the next structure.
This should all be. Listen, let's call up Markham.
You can't
We'll go have a ceremony. We'll get rid of all of it.
You can't demolish it all. But it rebuilds anyway. So, like, I think the wisest path is to intentionally build it out of the pieces that prove to be most true, or seem to remain true in different contexts. If there's going to be a framework, and there is, it's one that I've tested in the fire.
I don't think it's about any of that. I think it's about like understanding. It's about experiential awareness and understanding. It's not about any thought-based.
I'm talking about
or mental structure.
As methods of communication. That's what the framework's for. How I understand and communicate my experience.
That's what the framework's for? It's not for operating?
I think there's different frameworks for different purposes. But I guess no, because I don't want to. I don't want to operate based on a framework. It's because it's not it's a stale abstraction. It's not going to be.
I'm proposing that we are at all times.
Yes, I'm saying, yeah, you can't not. So therefore, test your framework in the fire because there's going to be one. So align it as closely to truth as you can as you go.
Yes. Learn,
But-
test, discard, bring stuff in like a. We gotta move. I gotta get off now. I'm overdue time.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for existing, all you people listening.
Yeah, thanks for hanging, Bird, Brian, Joe. Thanks for hanging. Hopefully, we'll do some more. Yeah, throw some. Hey, if there's videos that we can critique that would be fun to critique, let's put them in the Discord. Or not even critique, but just like talk about.
To experience in real time and
Even
make exaggerated facial expressions.
yes,
For that, no.
And then I'll point. I'll go. All right, love you guys.
Bye.
See you next week. This was a good time.